It's like a dream.
Seems the hideaway
that
is lost
blasted
its
book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself.
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. Kindly old fella who...
Fine. And if he does...
You do that.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like... Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymill Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing.
Don't worry. Of course. Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then?
Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just... all right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploit?
All I know is that
And what? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got back.
Of course. I spoke with... that the rumors were unfounded, along with some other things. That while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted...
Oh, I knew Nan wasn't... But why would people say...
No, but people do things for all sorts...
Well, that traitor, he said they were all talking about... So that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
Seems the hideaway is lost.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight and short. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid.
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to...
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew.
That's actually why I'm here.
So the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern. Their ground livers being the paste.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance. A herb which I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubted.
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, and do save me.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
How do you suppose they'll manage that? You ever seen one of the blue bastards swim?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all straight. I'm telling you, I can fix them. Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of
No.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Middledore showed us.
Miss Middledore? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Middledore said, the best way to see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom.
You three need to learn to take risk. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes. All right. Everything here was every piece has its own role to play. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Middledore's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move, and how it's so. Let's put the pieces together first, see what does.
Not a bad idea. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. These round parts are called the pans. You'll...
I do. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh goots? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which means... So, now that we've taken stock of the parts...
I think we've got...
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what...
Well, obviously you need to start with...
And the arms go on the body, just like real... And then the arms...
Very good. Ah.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with...
Oh, I just put the pieces together.
That's right.
Her hairs.
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can...
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Middledore.
You hear that?
Until then, though...
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to...
Oh, no.
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended...
I'm so sorry. I shall see that the...
Please, there's no need. It seems she'd have them following her.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so...
She told me it was because her studies have been
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of... To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid... But that should come as no surprise.
Which explain. She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that. Clive! Anything catch your eye? Think you can help?
See the pair that got hauled into tires? Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my... Where would he be in my...
Clive, we weren't...
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take...
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the differences in...
Interest? If word got out, I'd chop... Anyway, why are you the one here at? Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it?
Something like that. Most...
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word it probably knew that without his strong arm and level, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, and when Sid passed away, we were all...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. I reckon what he saw... And don't we all? That, and you keep good... company.
I'm all for making this town a welcoming place.
Have you heard the latest from Twinside?
My lord Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian Rutherford.
Of course.
Yes, my...
And what was so sensitive?
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, tasked with learning what I am able of the... And what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. The gears of governance have ground to the realm. Your lord, uncle...
That sounds...
It is. Hence,
alas,
I have lost. They are both able-bodied and trained.
So you want me? I'll need to know.
One I sent to an...
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord. I...
Anything catch your eye? There you go. That all, is it?
Inn's full.
The Iceberg darkened our shores again. But not for long. No more vengeance. No more war.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before about not being able to fight.
You didn't mean them. I know. That's not the man you are. The man I love.
Milady.
Gif? Oh my.
Otto asked me to give to settle the hideaway and to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
I thought you might tell Otto he can keep his baubles. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's.
Otto is... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others...
Otto had us.
Long ago. Yes, and blamed himself for not being... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done. But it would...
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows. An ill habit. Given that both have always been surrounded by...
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
To the meadows, then. That's what the captain said.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back. What's happened?
Can't. Pardon me, but would you happen... that well-notched steel and impressive physique. I have need of a sword. Might you be convinced to...
How exactly do you...
Well, being something of a... And I require a rugged. Should you accept, you will not only earn your... Well...
My arm.
Wonderful.
But where are we...
Along the old Zemeckis Road. Quickly!
Wait. I'd better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
Well met. You've a discerning eye.
Do you have any fresh water?
Now I just need to see about getting the word out to everyone.
Bad news.
Good, actually. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't...
What exactly are you selling?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of... Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part of the 60s.
So I've heard.
Oh. So you know of it, then? A gentleman who might... Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine?
Sounds simple.
So you'll do it. You won't need to go far. Ulf is Aldrich, the porter. Milan, the three of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. They'll stop by again when you...
I'll be right back.
Who needs a porter when there's nowhere left to go?
I've been asked to find Aldrich.
That's me right enough.
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your...
A 66? If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me
From the Empire to Boklad. He must be a braver man than most.
Such is the porter's lot. It's Oriflamme one day. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn my...
I see you've been of some assistance to
Perhaps.
finding someone. You see, I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and
Any idea where his...
the old Zemeckis Road, perhaps? Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time.
I can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around.
What's happened? Constantly. Please. Peace and food.
Are you Milan?
That's me.
The innkeeper's just had He thought you might like to join him for a cup of...
He knows me only too well.
Wine and ham to spare.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. We get meat from San Brec, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we... Or rather we did, till not so long ago. These are... Still, there's no point dwelling on it. Better to...
You'll buy something, won't you?
Please. You've raised the price.
I'm looking for Bolek.
Well, you found him.
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage. A Gotan 66.
I've never said no to a Gotan.
You must be a bit...
No one's making for the refugee camps anymore. Meaning, they linger here instead. I spend more of my days moving beggars along than... What gets to me are the gangs that prey on the poor soul. Some days you can't help but wonder what the... You know what?
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
haven't sold anything in days.
These pears are...
Do you have any fresh water?
I spoke to your friend.
That's fantastic news. It's been a while since we all sat down, and the way I see it...
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich, and then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And those three are the backbone of Boklad. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single... Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Right.
I hear you had me carrying a... If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though.
A goat and 60 bloody 6. Just as well I had something... A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows.
Here they are, The woes of the world may be monstrous and many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
What I wouldn't give for...
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
What do you want?
Just information.
Now you mention it, there was a young...
Which way did he go?
I buggered off down the road, I expect.
Why am I not surprised?
You'll hand over your coin if you know what's good for you.
Are you hurt?
Happily not. Good. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, feast colossal vessels, dashed from the very airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such... Oblige me if you would. Does anything... Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure, you see, a tantalizing mystery, no doubt. Come, good sir.
He's passionate. I'll give him that.
We don't want any...
Neither do I. I'm looking for...
Well, we haven't...
Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks. Those ones.
Maybe he found his...
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins up...
Shh, now.
I only told him what you said.
I'd listen to your mother if I... Did Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here? I think we've found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me. Let's get this.
Stop! Don't kill him, he's just protecting his...
Joseph?
I don't know.
Your porter friend sent me to find you.
Have I been gone that long? It wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was...
I take it things are more
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left them up, because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems or anything they could. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area, and the mystery practically solved itself. I launched myself at them, full of the others. They stole because it was that or starvation.
So you spared them and earned their trust into the bargain?
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such... And once they've learned to hunt and forage...
I'm impressed.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks.
Your secret's safe.
I appreciate it.
Not again. All right then. Who's first? You're going to get yours.
Oh, that would not do. Not when such majesty stretches up. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods, and great was the vengeance that was rained down upon. Alas, the full truth that we must not dwell. Onward!
Into trouble this time. Still in one piece.
It would seem so. And once more, you impress me with your prowess. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind, but he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see, could the construction of such miraculous edifices, alas, or...
Not if you keep running head first.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly...
Glad to help, but...
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. You see, even my fellow Scot... And so I came.
That's what this was all...
I am afraid so. And now...
Fine.
And so, here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims.
What's happened? The guards at the gate are in a right old panic.
Joseph's fine. He'll be back once he's touched. He certainly knows his business.
A good man to have around, that Joseph. Thank you for putting my...
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something. It shouldn't be too hard to find Goots.
The gentlemen of the town guard.
Could be I know something more. What's it worth?
Clive, listen. I found someone who says he's...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone. Says the more swords and spears she puts in, and the more war being waged. And who? Why, the...
And you've seen this?
Aye, you'll find her right here.
Here in Dalimil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're not the patient, that it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that. Feeling bold, travel. Now, if that's all...
Sorry to...
You don't think that...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places at once.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running?
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse.
All right.
You too, Goot. Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by... I already... Then maybe... please!
I'll deal with it.
Thank you, that one. If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than... He hasn't had many visitors since we...
Nice try. It's over. I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed.
You've seen this kind of thing before?
Many times.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look...
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one. Perhaps I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when his men confiscated...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my...
What of the fists? Surely they wouldn't allow such...
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has... Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
And it's worse than we... You should return to...
You...
Not at all, no. If he was bound for Oriflamme...
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a fairly... So...
That's up Dyer's slow, boys.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen. Go on.
When the Borgwyn finds out he only wanted that bull of a manservant, that you weren't.
What were you going to...
The Borgwyn wanted it. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right... Then you... Well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find...
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies!
For they are not lies.
Goose.
He's gonna... He said she had to pay...
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very... Goots, was it? Only with... Run along now.
No.
No.
I don't care what she did. Promise me, or I'll...
Goots.
Enough!
But how did you...
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off to... Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shitter ran afoul of him, though it was just Bogan back then. I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've... What was it we called you?
You. Everything. It was all your fault. And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, You'll have to go through me.
Fuck.
Out of the way, I can... So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we lost an eye for an eye? Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep...
Is he...
Dad, it isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all,
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working. It said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind, so took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients, but he crossed a line, Dragon. It didn't hurt you.
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too, but...
What if he does? Let's we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me that... Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen. There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already released...
I'm not.
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford.
Of the Seven High House. It's been a long time since... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. I was on my way back from the old capital.
Bandits.
They looked... It didn't matter in the end. I did...
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell...
Thank you. I shall...
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Farewell. Let's try.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me.
This looks to be...
I thought I told you to make for the...
And stand by, as ill might befall the...
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said for...
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in so...
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even the market stalls are nearly bare. And the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant...
Rockford, if you are to continue first, need to seek the...
I shall return to Northreach right away, but allow me to thank you.
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be one. I shall send a Bastolus.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it, a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word...
I only happen to be in the right place. They both seem to think the...
I am afraid that Storm is in crisis, and we must...
As it is,
Vetch!
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tony?
I did, and he was as helpful.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is...
Blueback wyvern liver. And,
wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it were an actual word. Now then, you stay right. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried Mortress. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say...
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than...
So...
The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is a tour de force. A force of...
I think he likes it.
I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's...
Decent. It's remarkable. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men...
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of cold.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean... I just thought I had to...
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not You've always been me right eye, and I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nat.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own, he'll need to start looking out. Till then, he'll need people to watch his...
Of course.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion to do...
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Goat. So Lady Karen...
Ah, but she was just too stubborn. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone...
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Lady Carrot, Goad tells me you weren't happy. Would you prefer the debt was
What debt? I don't reckon. I may have tossed a talent or two in the hideaways, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have...
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then... Where'd you even get this? A decent trader, a canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a... Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering... Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about...
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died? Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking Island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maid, but me and Sid stayed close. Promising. There was... The magic woke inside my son soon after his first named, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family?
My family wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my... Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the end. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Run like the wind.
Don't need coin.
This might take a while. This won't be easy. Back to the stables now.
God's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing are looking here. So empty your pockets.
Deserter turned outlaw. We were more similar than he knew.
Faster!
This beast isn't to be trifled with.
This beast isn't to be trifled with. This beast isn't to be trifled with. This beast isn't to be trifled with. Definitely not to be trifled with.
Let me tell you
All right.
Them rumours, wet legs, might be they weren't just tales. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint Gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than Gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up, or you'll have me to answer to. Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
see that? Tell me you saw that.
How may I help you today, Clive? Come again. I may have more for you.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The Echoes have a will of their own.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
You're injured. What happened here?
It's my own men. There's a village.
I'll go.
Thank you.
Rest well. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right. I got here in time.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers...
Another survivor?
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe, thanks. You seem...
You must have me confused.
Wait.
Son of a whore. I was there! In Costness when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander!
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward...
What of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel.
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. Just know that I will find you, Cid. Someday.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Welcome, welcome. Take care.
I feel like I fleshed 100 skins.
Here, take a look at my wares.